Hi team. Today we want to talk about leadership. Leadership is not a program. Recently I've begun following a range of leadership groups from around the world. It is interesting to learn how different systems work and the priorities that they give to develop different aspects of education, how they schedule their days, allocate classes, and how they plan and deliver the set curriculum. I am from New Zealand. Developing your skill base is very organic. You go to university and complete your teacher's education through a degree process, with time and skills to practice the trade, and then you are sent to teach. No more exams to sit a license as a teacher, no more mandatory courses. You're expected to get into the classroom and teach. You have a 2-year full-time period of teaching with a mentor to support you, time allocated out of the classroom, and you prove that you can put the theory into practice. You then move from a provisional registration to full registration, and that's it. And then every 3 years you have to prove and provide evidence that your classroom practice continues to meet this standard. If you want to apply for a leadership role, you apply. The board you apply to will decide if they want to grow you into your next leadership role. You don't sit another exam or complete a program to qualify to be able to apply. You show through your practice that you're really capable of doing this. And in the classroom, the same applies. As a teacher, I have to understand the needs of my students. I have to work out what they already know and what they need to learn next to achieve the outcome set. Then I have to use my theory and practical knowledge to ascertain the best way for my students to learn. I don't buy a program and put all the students through it. I personalise the learning and craft it, construct the scaffolds and build it to match their needs. Different material for different students, often at different levels. Teaching and learning, we don't buy programs either. Leadership learning is the same. It's not a formula. It is not a program. How do we personalise it? What does the certification show us? All the theory in the world. How does this help when we need a practical application? Learning through experience and practice alone, there are more errors, more mistakes, and a chance of a negative impact on our team, on our colleagues. So which way is right? What is your focus as a leader? Where are your gaps? What do you need to learn? Do we focus on these things, and does it take us away from our core work? Leaders need to learn. They need to complete professional learning. Do we all need to take the same training? Is the New Zealand system too loose? Are the examination systems too far from the reality of practice? What learning is essential? What qualities do we need to be an effective leader? Many of these qualities can't be found in a program. They come from within. In teaching, we call it the hidden curriculum. Learning to listen, learning to engage, perseverance, tolerance, decision-making. There is much a part of our leadership persona, as they are for students to become good citizens in our classroom and our society. Leadership needs theory, but it goes way beyond this. Leadership is about relating to people, having the tools in the toolkit, and knowing which ones to use and when. It's about reading a scene and knowing what to do, when to speak, when to listen. It's about applying theory and working to make it fit. It's about being a puppeteer, the conductor of the orchestra, the juggler, all at the same time. It is not a program or a formula. It is not a process. Leadership is about people, understanding people, and then marrying this with strategic thinking and decision making. A master's degree does not make you a leader. The learning may challenge your thinking, and it certainly helps you to critique. Understanding the alignment of and differences between leadership, management, organisation, and administration can be really helpful as you determine your role and the role of others. Knowing types of delegation and coaching are really useful pieces in the leadership puzzle. Answering questions in an exam about these is no measure of whether you will be an effective leader. Can you use this in your practice? Can you demonstrate culture building? Theory is nothing without practice. Practice without theory can be mistake-ridden and less effective. Have you got the balance right?